Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we're talking about week 43 in the NBA for Sorare contest. Gonna miss this week barely, getting a little sick of barely missing on my limited contender lineups. I didn't even have enough really to be competitive in the what's it called, limited rare contender combination one, so I didn't even play. I mean, unless Zubats absolutely goes off here. Barlow only played one game. Deadman got 11, which is okay. Jackson went off, so didn't have the best week. I could have played Christian Wood, who got like 49, and Okongu got a ton as well. So in this one, we're talking about this, a little bit about Top Shot as well. Let's start off with some Top Shot stuff. If you didn't watch my update video on Top Shot from the past week, a lot happened, so check it out at the end card. Also going to be on the channel and in the description if you want to check that one out. But they announced the Alumni Hoops leaderboard, which is really cool for some pretty easy rewards and then some tougher ones that, build upon each other. So definitely check the video out for that. Also about the pack drops, it went really well. I missed the drop. I don't know how I missed it. The timing was just off on my part, so I didn't get the drop, but the drop seemed pretty good as well for the latest packs in Top Shots. And for some S4 news and updates, video game numbers continues to be a really good rare set from S4. This Luka one keeps going up and down. Right now it's up 215. Crazy. Giannis is only at 97, came in around 80 from the last drop, but they keep adding moments to this now. They've added a lot recently. LeBron's at 389 on his video game numbers. Pretty crazy here, but we could see Luka, if we dig into this moment and go down to evaluate XYZ here, we could see the rise on this one. So March 15th, 155. March 16th, 155. Then slow rise. Some sales up here closer to 200 has risen this floor. Looking in the last 30 days, you can see the trend and graph on this one. And last 90 days, down, up, down, back up. I think this is the highest now it's been, 215 floor. So good to see that. And now let's get back into some Sorare stuff. So for this one, we're going to dig into some value and then some more strategy. So not a ton of injury news heading into this week, which is usually what we look to take advantage of, but I definitely have some good plays for you guys. Tyus Jones, someone I talked about last week, was too cheap, still too cheap in my opinion. At 29, he was 27 last week, and I hope you guys played him because he hit a 54, really good score on Tyus Jones, and Ja Morant still expected to be out at least Monday, maybe even 2 games next week. I like Zubats as well. You saw in my lineup, did pretty well. His cap's up to 29 now, but a 43 and a 38, and who knows, he could have an even bigger game tonight. So Zubats definitely a good one still, as well as Dwight Powell, who I should have played. Probably, actually, let's see his scores. So not that good, but the week before a 33. So I still like Dwight Powell here for the Mavericks. A new value that has been popping up is Kessler Edwards. Only an 8 cap. And Edwards, 23 minutes without Kevin Huerter. If Kevin Huerter misses another game, he could see another 20-plus minute game. And in this game with 25 minutes, got 23. So Edwards has been some solid value recently for the Kings, actually, not on the Nets. Yeah, I kind of like Kessler here at that low cap. Adebayo as well. Just another player whose cap's too low, hit a 46. I talked about him in my last video. One I talked about in my last video as well that I really liked, a higher price player with a low cap. His cap's now 37 and might have been like 31 last week, and I called it out, and I think he was the highest scorer of the week with an 82. Massive score from DeMar DeRozan. And another kind of higher priced guy is going to be Valanciunas here. Cap's still really low at a 22, and Valanciunas hit a 55 this week. So absolutely huge score from Valanciunas, and still at this low cap of 22 is going to make for another great play. So for some strategy building lineups this week, especially this late in the season, I could think we're going to see a lot of guys resting on back-to-backs. If you use this tool here, #basketball.com, you can see what teams basically have back-to-backs. So Atlanta here, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're going to have a back-to-back. We could look at some guys to target in Atlanta. Kongwu, if Capella sits, his cap's just 23, and Okongwu hit 38 in this past week in 23 minutes. So imagine if he gets 30 minutes, he could absolutely have a massive game. So that's kind of the idea here. Another team is the Sacramento Kings. They got a back-to-back here Monday and Tuesday. So Kessler Edwards is one guy I mentioned. Maybe they sit Sabonis and we get Rashawn Holmes in here. He's a 7 cap, 71 cents. Maybe they sit De'Aaron Fox. So I'm going to be playing this just because I've been struggling to cash in these contests, and I need some higher upside plays. Maybe they play Donovan Mitchell starting for Fox. We also got San Antonio here with the Tuesday, Wednesday back-to-back. One guy that I was playing was Dominic Barlow, and maybe he'll get some other guys resting at a 10 cap. Could be pretty good value. You also got Langford here, and you got Sandro as well. So definitely some guys to target for some guys potentially resting. Another team is going to be Washington with back-to-backs. Porzingis, Beal might sit. You could go to DeLon Wright, who's been a pretty good. His cap's all the way up to 27, but you could go to Denny, maybe. 16 cap, not terrible. You could go to Kispert, who is at a 20 cap, so a little higher. I like Denny better because of that reason. You could go to Goodwin at a 9 cap and just $1.24. And the last team with back-to-back is going to be the Knicks. If the Knicks rest some guys, obviously we've seen Quickly have massive games, but his cap's all the way up to 36 now. You could look to Hartenstein to play if they rest Mitchell Robinson or Julius Randle. So that's a strategy I'm going to be using, and I'm going to build some of my lineups that we're going to look at right now with that strategy in mind. So first, let's just do the pickup where you got 200 chance to win again here. A lot of these guys at the top have one game, so I'm going to go Luka. Hopefully he plays this week. And then I'm going to take my own advice here. I'm going Kessler Edwards at an 8 cap to get some value, and I'm going to look for more value here. So now I got 37 to work with, which is pretty good. And Jaren Jackson, he's actually questionable for Monday, but I'm going to put him in there at a 33. That's pretty good value as well. A value play that I forgot to mention. Zubac at 29 I could go to. Or a Kongu at 23. Let's see if I go a Kongu, what they let me get to. 56. So I can actually upgrade a Kongu. And I can go Curry here. And we have 30 to work with. We can go to Zubats or Tyus Jones. I think I'll go Tyus Jones here. And I think that's a pretty solid lineup. Curry, Luka, JJJ, Tyus Jones, and Kessler Edwards as my value. And then for limited contender here, we're going to go back to Jaren Jackson, even though he might only play in one of these games. And then I got to go Okongwu, and I'm going to try to go Zubats here. It leaves me with 12, and I can actually play Davion here, and now we got 15 left. So I'm going to go to Dominic Barlow, and we can actually maybe upgrade. We could take Zubats out and actually get up to, we're 1 away from getting to CJ here. So right now I'm going to run this lineup, and we'll see how that goes. Things could change here. I have 5 cap to work with. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, check out my update video on Top Shot. Subscribe to the channel for more of these videos. Follow me on Twitter too. I forgot to mention I tweet out more value plays closer to lock. If there is any on my Twitter, @BestDunks, it's going to be linked down in the description as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.